Hi everyone, thanks a lot to be here. My name is Oleksii Baranovskyi. I am a cybersecurity expert from Ukraine, and I want to talk about APT attacks that were involved into Ukraine. And a lot of companies, a lot of government organizations were hacked, and today I want to talk about the way how they were hacked and how to avoid of it. Okay, on this slide you can see the number of organizations that were hacked during 14 and 16 years. Main airport of Ukraine, power grid companies, pension fund of Ukraine, treasury national, Ministry of Finance, big media holdings, and others. And but most famous, it was this year. This is just photo from the second biggest city in Ukraine, Kharkiv, one of the supermarket, and it was a cryptor named not Petya or Expertor. Do you hear something about it? Yeah, a little bit, but it's not so funny. It's my favorite picture. It's one of the biggest bankomat system of Ukraine. OTP Bank, one of the main banks, I mean maybe in first 20s, something like that, banks. And yeah, a little bit problem. But how it could be and what's matter about it? During our investigations, we made some conclusion that APT attacks, it's not so easy and quickly. Most of it execute maybe 1/2 of year or some months, and there are several stages of APT attacks, beginning from reconnaissance and with end of clearing the tracks and cleanup stage. And for example, this is a timeline for APT attack on Starlight Media Holding. He took part maybe in 2015. Became with one simple letter, email letter, and with ending of fully encryption the disk. And how it was. And another example of timeline is famous NotPetya that I showed you. We found that first actions were on 14th of April, and 27th of June was a full encryption of vulnerable machines. As you can see, some looks like 3 months. Yep, something like that. But okay. The first stage, how it is possible to investigate and what we used to investigate such kind of attacks. We use model named ThreatSCALE, sequence of cyber attack lifecycle events. There are several stages from intrusion, capture, and combination stage. So there are several sub-stages from reconnaissance, equipment intrusion, exploring, cyber mimicry, and others. I will demonstrate you examples of hacking activity on each of stage, and maybe you will find something new or well known to you. It's difficult to detect the reconnaissance and equipment stage because reconnaissance is very often were made by open source intelligence, for example. All of us using LinkedIn or Facebook or something like that. That's why it's very easy for hackers to understand which kind of technologies are used in companies. And sometimes it's very funny when I read that maybe some posts in newspaper that Microsoft with National Bank of Ukraine and the project of SharePoint implementation. Great, thanks guys. I know the technology. Another example. Oracle with those bank provide very big storage. Thanks. What I can say about it. And how can we detect the reconnaissance stage of hackers? No way. About equipping. Hackers tried to use such kinds of tools that couldn't be detected. And today on the black market you can buy, for example, a dropper with for maybe $50,000 that couldn't be detected by most famous antivirus systems. And on the comments to this proposition you can find, check it 1 year ago, check it 2 months ago, check it yesterday on VirusTotal or such kind of services that no one can find. Oh, it's okay, take it with screenshots, please buy it. But what we can explain, that's my slide, yeah, about intrusion. Today in Ukraine we have several ways from intrusion. Crack the system with email and supply chain attacks. Last year, maybe from 2014 till 2016, emails with malicious attachment was the main way to intrude the systems. But this year, I don't know why, supply chain attacks became more and more sophisticated and became much more counts of executions. Some examples of you. Emails with malicious attachments. With this email was hacked satellite media company, and with this email we hacked our Ministry of Treasure, our treasurer. But look at it. This email from the one of our biggest bank that they told that you have problems. Please read the document. And this is a short announcement that please come to courts or police will come to you. But very interesting thing that this letter was sent just for one people in company. How do you think? Which kind of people? From bank. Who was the acceptor of this letter? Do you know? No? Not secretary, not legal department, not HR department, just one person, simple manager. And what will do the manager when he got this letter? Resend it to legal department. And after that, legal department specialist got this message from his partner, his colleague, with attachment. Oh, it's okay, and open it. And after that, it became the attack. You know this?
No, just appreciate.
Appreciate? A genius? It's very simple, man. It's simple. It's logic. Yeah. When we investigate these attacks, we found a lot of forum posts where the people talk about it. Oh, I've got the message from bank. Go fuck it out. I haven't created in your bank. But it means that they opened the document. Okay. Another one, it was email with malicious link. Look at it. Site Oleksii. You know this organization, yep? But address was oleksii.com.d. Deutschland. They fully copied the Oleksii site, and this link for TXT file, when you click on this link, you download the executable file, exe file. It's okay. Great thing. And it was also one letter from four specialists who was responsible for such kind of page to the conference. And for him, hi man, this is a list of employers, take it. He took, okay. But in this Word files, such kind of attachment, macro attachment. I scared that it's difficult to you to read, but what does it look like? What's an array of symbols? Nothing more. But if you will read by symbol in reverse way, VAR VM equals close. This function splits this array and reverse it and execute. It's a way to hide activity from IPS and RDS systems for signature detection. Genius. Another one, this one. We call them nested dolls. Because, why? Look at it. Oh, it's also difficult to see, but looks like random symbols. In this way, in this point, this point, but these functions take 3 points from 15. Win. W-I-N. And take 10 from left. 32 process. This information with the 2 process. You see? They couldn't write the 2 process because it will be detected by APS system. That's why they hide this kind of string into the looks like random strings. Also genius. Another one. It's it's an example of sandbox avoiding. Very genius and very great thing. Look at it. First of all, when macro code execute, it checks the username of user, of current user. Microsoft Office provides such possibility. And if name is PUBWS, close activity. What does it mean? Why? This is the name of username of such kind of sandbox as hybrid. Do you know about it? Listen, yeah. And we talked with them, and they have changed. First of all, change the username. If this one, close activity. No tracks, no other one. Another one is to check there's a function of getting the IP address and check the hostname of this IP address. And it was checking the list of such kind of providers as Asset, Microsoft, Trend Micro, FireEye, Fortinet, another one. If we are in such kind of network, close activity. But the best point of sandbox avoiding in this code, this one. How many files simple secretary or legal department specialist open during the day? A little fucking more, much more. But when sandbox creates a new instance, it's clean, without any activity. That's why. If present files, count of present files less than 3, close. Don't do anything. Avoiding of detection, avoiding of sandbox. Also genius. I mean that this code is such kind of intelligence, maybe. Yeah. Okay, but this is a very famous example. A name is Hancitor. It was in 5th very malicious code of last year. And I want to point to your attention that we have detected more than, looks like nearly 1,000 of builds during just 5 days. Why? Why is it so simple to create new builds of this malicious software? Because there are 3 parts of it. First of all, this one. It's encryption system. This code encrypt and decrypt themselves. This one is a part of execution code. They place binary code into the memory and point the instruction pointer into the first of byte tree. But this is noise. It's fake cycles, fake variables, and other. Why? To mutate, to change the logic of this code to avoid IPS or other one signature detection. It's clear. And that's why for 5 days, near 1,000 of builds that couldn't be detected by antivirus or other systems. And this example, it was just reconnaissance stage. And as you can see, they got information and send it via HTTP protocol to the command center. Just a lot of code just for one function to gather information about the system. Another one is supply chain, well-known PETA, as I said to you. It's diffs with medoc code updates, and in the vulnerable update was such kind of code. Execution. But it's very interesting that this software could be updated just with administrative accounts. And according to this code were executed with admin rights. Great, full access to the system. Okay. After the first stage, another one is capture. To escalate privileges, to explore the system, to find other ways, and hide their activity, to cyber mimicry. For example, this is an example of exploring stage. Hackers used when he have been intruded into the target system. They used simple commands to got this system information, got the map of resources and others. When we found during the investigation this map and provide this map to administrators of those systems, they said, "Wow, really? We have such kind of interfaces? We don't know about it." But hackers know, as you can see, with using of very simple, very famous things, commands of Microsoft Windows. But it's not so interesting. Interesting another one, attacks on passwords. According to the legacy, according to the technical accounts, we have several problems with password accounts in domain systems, Windows domain system. Using LM hashes, using maybe such kind of, do you know what does mean mimikatz tool? You know about it, yeah? It's a tool that got the login and password from in clean way from random access memory, from operative memory of operative system. And LM hashes is a well-known problem, but today it's very interesting that we have strong password policy. Really? Okay. Uppercase symbols, lowercase symbols, digits. Good password policy. But examples. Yep. Password 111. Latvia 123. Oleksii 1. It's a password that equal good password policy. If we know about such kind of problem, hackers also well know. And we got the entities.did file from domain password file from one of our clients and tried to restore the hashes with hashcat. We used just simple machine with one graphical processor, and after 3 days we got, with such kind of templates, we got maybe 65–66% of password restoration for 3 days. Of course, they were compromised by hackers. Another one, but very interesting stage named sleeper agent. Hackers always leave their presence, leave the way to come back very simple, very quiet. And how it could be? First of all, it's one of our investigations showed that they replace calculator and notepad with modified versions. And when a user execute notepad, it load WinHTTP library and send some information to the via HTTP protocol to the command center. Great. It's not malicious software. It's simple notepad. Calculator, it's also was replaced, and how it could be detected, I don't know exactly. But very interesting, another one example. They use such kind of file extension, XLSX, but the X symbol was replaced by Russian HA. And they registered into the system a new file extension and the script that should execute it. And change and provide equal file to this extension. And after that, we need just to come back to involve user into the execution of malicious code. We need just send him such kind of file, text file, through email. He will execute it. We'll execute simple script which can execute commands or get information, or download information, no, doesn't matter. And after that, provide maybe execute Word or Excel, something like that. Sleeper agent, the stage of hiding. And on this stage, it's very difficult to detect it. The ways to hide such kind of backdoors, a lot of in our today modern operative system. File extensions, replace standard software, replace unstandard software, a lot of ways. It's difficult to detect. About culmination, action on targets, and achieve goals. It depends on what was the main goal. For example, steal information or destroy controllers, as we know from our power grid system attack, and another stage cleanup. There are two main points. First, it's cleaning the logs files and or cleaning the full system. That's why the main question, Petya, what it was? It was ransomware? I don't think so. I think it was a cleanup stages. But more than 20% of Ukrainian companies were involved into this crypto lockers. That's why how many information today hackers who execute this attack have? I think a lot of. My conclusion, this one, that today we are in Ukraine in the cyber war, and you? Think about it. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, Oleksii. Very interesting ways that the hacker find to get at the information. Very interesting ways that the hackers find to get at the information.
Yeah, of course.
Yes. Is there questions from the audience for Oleksii? No?
No question. Take care, guys.
I have one.
Yeah.
Well, hackers get information for two reasons. One is to turn it into money, and the other is to do damage. Do you, from your experience, what is the ratio between the two?
I think there are no difference between this. They will damage for money. That's why just one reason, money. And why they destroy information or create damage? I think they have been paid for this.
So they're interlinked, you can't see either one?
It's a money or political.
Okay.
The new era.
Okay. Thank you. You also get your certificate.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.